hello, and I think I finally figured this out. Took a little bit, but yeah, I digress. So I'm just doing a quick breakdown. I guess it's kind of a longer breakdown of a video I broke down last time. I just want to give more details into like what I see, what I'm doing. I don't. Let's just get into it. So this is my 30th fight. I'm fighting at a stadium called Loy Crow. It's in Chiang Mai. The cool thing about this stadium is it's in like the red light district of Chiang Mai. So like when you go to the stadium, you have to walk by like a bunch of bar girls who are always trying to grab you and shit. And literally it's just surrounded by a bunch of like bars with women inside of it. Yeah, so this is my first fight with this gym. I train at a gym called Manop in Chiang Mai. It's in this area called Sansai, which is like a little north of the city. This promotion is kind of in the heart of the city-ish. It's kind of like in Old Town. Most of the promotions are in Old Town. And the way it usually works is I like it. It's very addicting because I feel like in America, I'm trying to make this quick. Like it's very like strict. Here it's a little more freeform, and I kind of appreciate the fact that it's not so serious. So that makes it a little more fun. But anyways, we fast forward a bit to the actual ring action. Got inside the ring, people were cheering for me. Yay, blah blah blah. And so with this, like, it was very important to me just to showcase that I can fight. Ideally, you usually do like a wide crew. Right now, so if you've ever seen fighting, you've never seen Muay Thai before, we're doing something called sealing the ring, where we kind of like just seal the ring. It's like a protection thing. But I didn't feel like this fight was like a real fight. No disrespect to my opponent, but I felt like this would have been the type of fight where your opponent throws the fight. And so I didn't want a wide crew for a fight that I didn't feel like was serious. So I just sealed the ring. It's usually like a typical thing, and I kind of just like let him do his thing. Also, I was super fucking nervous about doing a wide crew in front of people because like I still didn't fully know how to wide crew. So let me not front and be like, it was not a serious fight, I don't want to do it. But it's also a mixture of like, okay, it's not serious, and my wide crew, I'm not confident in it, alright? We want wide crew in America like that. But yeah, anyways, fight starts. Let me just fast forward a little bit again. It's a really short fight, it's only a round, so I'm just gonna break down things that I see happening in the fight. So we start, and my goal again, so it's super slow, just touch, and I start with just a couple leg kicks. So I feel like it's important just to kind of throw some things out, because as a counter fighter, you want your opponent or your partner, whoever you're working with, to attack you first, or to like initiate an attack. So if you're doing small little probes, I touch, it kind of creates this sense of urgency in your opponent where, oh man, he's touching me, I have to get the points back. And so they usually attack, and off of that attack you can counter. And so you're just trying to play this game of like, okay, give me something, and eventually hopefully they bite and give you what you're looking for. So I'm just giving a couple attacks, and keep in mind too, like a lot of times too, these small attacks are a way to read somebody you never fought before. So I'm just attacking, just probing, throwing little jabs, little fillers, just trying to see what he gives me. And this attack right here, I like it a lot because I feel like it's offbeat. So I changed the tempos up. I'm not sure if you noticed, but I start with something as simple as changing the angle of your shot. So if I'm going jab, jab, usually it's the same straight line path. It makes it very easy to block. But if I go jab up, that small angle change makes it so when you're trying to defend those two shots, you defend the first one, the second one goes under, and then you can follow up with something else. So with this technique, I use my jab, my uppercut into a right kick. The jab and the uppercut are very slow. The kick has a little more speed on it just to kind of change how fast I'm attacking. But overall, they're just still fillers. Like, I'm not throwing anything too heavy. I'm just throwing things out to get him thinking. And it's back to defense, just kind of back to working the game. He throws a big hook. I'll say with that big hook, I'm not happy with how far back I jumped out. But I have a lot of space, so it's not a problem. And I throw a double jab cross. Now, this is very important. I want to talk about this technique specifically because there's a lot of information there just off that simple technique. So if you watch the difference in our double jab crosses, right? I think this is where mine goes first. So I double jab cross, but when I throw my double jab cross, I want you to look at how I'm throwing it and how upright I am versus how he throws it. So when he throws it back at me, look how far he is over his foot. Very off balanced. Now, I throw mine, and there's no mustard on it. There's no power. I'm just touching. Like, I feel like when a lot of people, a lot of beginners, a lot of newer people, even like some pros, when they first start learning how to fight, they like to throw things extremely hard. But throwing hard requires a lot of like motion, if that makes sense. And it usually leaves you off balance. So if you can, especially in the beginning of the fight, when you're both still fresh, those aren't the type of shots you want to throw. You want to take your time and just kind of just touch, just touch. So I touch, throw my double jab cross, small touching. And a lot of times when you hit somebody with something, they try to, not always, but you hit somebody with an attack, they usually throw it back. And I was just guessing or assuming that he would want to throw a similar technique back at me. So using that assumption, using that methodology or ideology, I am able to guess, okay, I hit him a double jab cross. Odds are he throws it back, and I do a good job of, guessing right, parrying off to the side. And it's a small parry. The one thing I'm not happy about with this parry is the fact that my hand is very low. So if he like fake the cross, throw an overhand, or fake the cross and throw a kick, which at this stage of the fight is very unlikely, but you never know. You never know what you're going up against. But I parry off and I hit him back with my own little counter. Just a small angle change, So we're back to fighting. I'm pressing forward. I'm still doing small stuff. I'm not too close, so I'm keeping my range, but I'm just touching. Just touching. And then by this point, I feel like I'm starting to feel myself a little bit. I hit him with a switch uppercut hook, but like the upper hits the body and the overhand hits him in the head, which stumbles him a little bit. Now if we rewind it here again, and if you see this technique, one thing I wish I did here is I wish that when I was switching my stance, I actually threw a couple of switch kicks. Again, I'm just kind of talking about issues people usually have when they do stuff like this. People usually try to throw fakes and feints before they actually initiate an attack. So what that means is if I never set up an attack and make you bite on that fake, it's Pavlov's dogs, right? The more times I ring the bell, you start salivating. So if I never set you up and make you start biting on my switch kick, why would my switch fake work? So you have to consider that. But I'm lucky enough it worked in this situation where I was able to switch and hit the 2 punches. And he even goes for a block. If you watch his hand right here, like if I rewind it just a little bit, right there. So if I rewind it, if you watch his switch, once I switch, he long guards. It's a little low, but he's kind of blocking in my chest. I think because of the uppercut to the body, it makes his arm switch to kind of bring it back. And then I just go over the top from there and hit him. And again, I'm taking my time. I'm not going crazy. I'm kind of keeping the range because even though I'm kind of like cornering him, a cornered rat is still dangerous. So I'm pushing forward, kind of like slowly marching forward, not getting too close. And it's even there, like, so if I rushed in, that shot could have hit me. It could have been the end of the fight. I don't like pushing too hard in. I just slowly like inch in, do something. Inch in, do something. I'm not trying to rush you. I'm not trying to bum rush you. I'm trying to make it a chess match. So we're back at it. I'm just touching again. Nice little leg kick. And I'm changing levels. So right here, that's also another key thing I want to point out that he did. And this is something to consider for yourself as a fighter. So if we rewind, there's two things I don't like on both our parts. So the first thing I don't like on my part, for how small of a shot he threw, I shouldn't have backed out this much. I should have stayed a little bit closer to him and not given him this much space. On his end, right? I backed up so much that he should use this space to angle out and get control of the middle, right? I'm doing such a good job of keeping him against the ropes that like I'm kind of cutting off his space and putting him in a dangerous spot where he doesn't have much space to move. So his job as a fighter is push me back and then control the middle, right? Because if you're backing up, the more space you have to back up, the harder it is for me to hit you because I'm constantly trying to move forward or inching forward and back, pushing the pull. But he stayed there. So by staying there, it allows me to kind of regain that space I lost and force you to kind of be back against the ropes again, which is not where you want to be, right? Right now he could still angle to his left, but if he angles to his left, since I'm so close, I'm just gonna create a bottleneck and force him to his right, which puts him into a corner, which is a worse position to be than the ropes. So keep watching. A couple leg kicks again. I'm just touching. And even there, so I keep breaking shit down. So even here, off of this like leg kick, I go to the body with this cross. But if off of that cross, I am very exposed. I'm overextending myself a bit, but my balance is good enough that like I have a lot of weight on this front leg, so I'm not too off balance. Also, my rear foot is still connected to the ground, which then allows me to kind of change angles still, because I'm not on one foot. I'm not off balance completely. I'm over committing, but I'm not like unbalanced. Keeping that in mind, knowing that I'm in this position, I can make an assumption about what attack he's going to hit me with. If he was, and usually it's a punch. Usually people throw punches, especially at this range. I'm close enough that like a kick probably wouldn't work because I'm very close to you. But you can never rule it out. You never know how flexible somebody's hips are. You never know how high somebody can kick. So his best option, if you really wanted to hit me at this angle, would have been a kick. But I'm assuming he's gonna punch. So if you notice, I hit the shot. It kind of glanced off of him, but I defend this side of my head, almost like a Dracula guard right here. So if any shots come, I'm defending here. I can use my shoulder. I can use my hand. I use this, and I use it as a way to exit out as he throws a shot. So he throws an attack. And I defend it, right? He tried the 1-2. My hand was there to defend both shots. And it's back to work. Hit with another leg kick, a 1-2, and the fight was over. It's the first round. I'll say this. If you notice, I kind of like, come on. Like I wanted to fight more. I wanted to showcase more skill. I wanted more of a challenge. And I was a little disappointed. But I get the game here. You don't want to get injured if you don't have to. A lot of people use this as a way to kind of like make their livelihood. And so why get too injured if you can't fight again and make money again? So I understand it. I was disappointed because I wanted to feel like it was a real fight. But it's a show at the end of the day, and you don't want to, and we're all in this together. So hopefully you enjoyed my breakdown. Hopefully this was kind of insightful. And if you enjoyed it, leave a like or something, or follow me or some shit if you don't already. Yeah, I'll do more. Thank you.